shorthanded goal as obvious a turning point as it seemed in retrospect now that you've seen it?
Well, it sure didn't help. A lot of momentum was gained by tying the game up at 2, and then it wasn't even like late into the power play. It was off the face-off and away they go. So it killed the overall momentum. It killed the momentum on that power play too, and we didn't get many of them and didn't do anything with it. So it was a factor in the game. But at the end of the night, if you give that one up, you got to prevent one of the other 3 somehow during the night, and we weren't able to do that.
Last night, you said there is no magic fairy dust to sprinkle on the offense to make the goals go in, but as much as you can do, you did today. You worked on the fundamentals. You ran a bunch of drills to get the puck off the stick. Can you just talk about the emphasis in practice today?
Well, today was a tough day for the group because of the timing of practice and the flight to Dallas. We were up quite early for Hockey Players World, and after a game, it's guys don't sleep that well, so they're operating on fumes, and we didn't need to grind it out. We worked on fundamental skill development, plays in and around the net. So I thought it was good for our group. Hopefully it carries over into a game situation.
Is Matt Hendricks playing tomorrow?
There's a real good chance he is, yep.
Because Lander obviously is going on waivers, so he's going off IR.
Yeah, there's a good chance. Plus we have that other roster spot right now. I think we're at 22, so.
What about Russell?
Again, the more bodies we can get back right now, the better off it is for us for a number of different reasons. One, it'll provide and inject some energy into it. There won't be a lot of polish with those guys because they've been hurt for a while, but it should provide an energy boost. It should give us a different look, and it should create, I don't want to use the word pressure, but it should create a competitive environment within the team right now for ice time.
When you see Puljujärvi on the Connors line after you had them there last week?
Well, they were certainly dangerous after we made the switch with different, to shuffle the deck a little bit. They were dangerous. Jesse looked very confident in that situation. He may or likely will get another chance there. All we're doing is looking for 2 to 3 lines. It can even click at both ends right now. Offensively and defensively to get us a win and get some confidence back.
Does that line, if you play those 2 kids together, though, need somebody on the other side who's got quite a bit of defensive responsibility because the other players are quite
Yes and no. I think the 3 of them should all be defensively responsible, and they aren't as experienced, but they're very bright, intelligent players that read and anticipate well. You don't get that type of skill set. You don't go as early in the draft as those players did without having a sense of reading and reacting defensively. So it's there's a yes and a no answer to your question.
You were asked last night about the treatment Connor's getting. You said it's the NHL. You've been around a long time. To me, it looks like he's getting hooked and stuff on the clear chances, but they're not running his face into the glass either.
No, you know what, and I think I misunderstood maybe Gino's question last night. I thought Gene was asking more about, being physically abused and, punched and jumped and all that type of stuff. And as it turns out, that wasn't his line of questioning. His line of questioning was more the hooking, the holding, and the non-calls. I think there's been some calls that have been missed on him. Things are happening fast when he's got the puck, but we as a group can't put ourselves in a situation where we rely on officials to make or not make calls. Connor's faced that type of scrutiny throughout his career. We did get away with some calls on our behalf, some hooking and holding. It was that type of game, and that's the type of game the referees called. But I think of the frustration for him as an individual starts probably in Toronto, where we lose a game and he's on the ice and penalty should have been called. There's a potential penalty shot in Anaheim where they reach through his legs and get into his hands, and after the fact, it should have been a penalty shot. So that's where frustration comes in, but the referees are human, they're not perfect, and things are happening fast.
Fine line that he has to walk to, because if he starts complaining and the perception is that he's complaining every time, he's hooked, and then the refs are saying, well, just play the game, and the refs got to look at it too. Like, he's got the puck all the game, so he's good.
Yeah, he's got the puck all the time. He's one of the fastest guys. The only way you can slow him down is by getting in his way, and you can do it within the rules, or you can do it outside the rules. None of us, the media, the coaches, the players, get to determine whether it is in or out. That's the official's job, and it can vary from night to night, and we have to take what we get.